I'm Darren Lewis. I'm the Chief Sales Officer for Europe for Creatio, and I'm joined today with Camilla Zeren from Strathclyde University.
Hi, nice to be here.
Great to have you. Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about your company and what role you do for the university as well?
Yeah, so I work for Strathclyde Business School, which is part of the University of Strathclyde. We're located in Glasgow in Scotland, and we're known as the socially progressive, technological leading university in the UK. So with that comes this idea of being the place of useful learning.
I'd love to know what challenges your company faced that prompted you to look for a new software.
Being the external engagement officer, my main role was to think about how do we have an infrastructure in place to best manage our external relationships, especially given this idea of coming back to the place of useful learning. We want our students to have a very practical and applicable learning experience. And when I took on the role, I realized that a lot of our relationships were held in people's brains or in Excel. And it became very clear to me very quickly that we needed a system that would allow us to centralize as much as possible and start to better communicate internally to build stronger relationships externally.
What are your digital transformation goals that you're trying to achieve with the use of Creatio?
So we have 4 main goals that we're trying to achieve. The first is to really come from a place of reactive relationships to more strategic relationships and be able to use Creatio in order for us to do that, to really understand what our external partners value and what do they really want to do with the business school and the university, to build operational excellence when it comes to how we present ourselves to the external world and our partners, and finally to just start to build a stronger student engagement experience and using the external relationships that we have and the activities that we do with our external clients.
It would be great to understand how you discovered that no-code and no-code platform specifically was the right way to address your needs at the time.
The business school did not have a CRM, so it wasn't that we were transitioning from one system to another. It was starting to actually build the business case for needing a platform in the first place. The key things that really drew me to the no-code system was the idea that anybody within the business school could use it. And that was really what was going to sell the leadership team on investing in such a platform that we could then build some internal capability and start building that. And so that the IT team wouldn't have to just worry about the CRM, but could then focus on potentially other areas where there's a lack of resources. So when we were looking at potential platforms, we had a couple in mind, including Creatio, of course.
Sure.
And we were really looking at cost was important to us, but as well as how easy was it to implement, how quickly could we get it off the ground, how easy was it for somebody with a no-code experience and no coding to actually pick it up and learn it and use it. When I've used CRMs in the past, I've had to work with CRMs that I had to then put a request out.
Sure.
It would take weeks, then come back with a minor change that I just wanted to be able to do in a day. And so that was a big selling point for putting Creatio quite high on our list. And I think as well, the customer service that we received when we were going through the process really made us feel like Creatio understood what our issues were, what we wanted to be able to achieve, and could already kind of help us envision what that could look like in the short and long term. So that, I think, really helped us get to that point of this is the right platform for us.
Thank you, and it's been an amazing journey together. So can you also tell us how the no-code platforms contributed to the alignment of your company?
We're still within our kind of what we're calling our pilot phase,
Sure.
Is trying to just build out the use case for holding the information that currently is held all throughout the business school in many silos. And so bringing it all into one place has allowed us to align all of our relationships internally and really understand what we're doing. And then as we start to figure out where the nuances are with different departments, the no-code platform allows us to make tweaks, make changes within the system to reflect that really quickly. And then be able to pull reports that then can demonstrate to the leadership of the university, here's why this is important to fund moving forward, because this is the value it's going to bring long term.
Great. And so can you share with us, and maybe enlighten others as well, how organizations can prepare for any difficulties or challenges?
The first one for me would be probably just the ability to build automated business processes, whether they're super simple or really complex. The ability for myself to go in and just do them myself, drag and drop. It's such a refreshing change to then not have to go to an IT expert and need them to build something out that's quite complex. I say the other thing that I've quite enjoyed about the system is the connection to our Outlook. So one of the kind of biggest issues that we've had with getting people up to speed is, oh, I use Outlook for everything. I don't want to change that.
Got it.
And the answer is you don't have to, because it connects and you can still have that ability to work the way that you do, and it's just going to be saved in a different place. So being able to give people the option of a slow kind of start to the system, I think was a really helpful transition for those who were a bit more reluctant to come onto a CRM. And one area that we haven't really explored, but I'm really excited to explore, is there's this area in the system around kind of how your connections will connect to each other, and building out the network, which for my role is key in terms of strategic relationships. So being able to play around with new advancements in the system and think about how can that actually positively affect our work, I think has been a delight in terms of what we're doing.
Good, amazing to hear. In terms of your company's growth or any transformation strategies you've got going on over the next few years, how do you see no code playing a part in that and achieving those goals for you?
I see it playing a massive part. The university puts out strategies every 5 years. So right now we're almost at our 2025, and then we'll be at our 2030. It's already coming out. But the key pillars of that is operational excellence and key strategic partnerships are two of the 5 that they always highlight. And so to me, the no-code platform is key to us being able to realize the operational excellence internally, build the key strategic relationships externally, and then ultimately deliver a really strong student experience for our students.
Good, I'm so glad. Camilla, it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been lovely.
And thank you for being a customer with us as well.
Thank you for helping me.
Great.